I'm Cena. I am a doctorate in public health. I am 34 years old. I live currently in Quezon City, Manila, Philippines. But I have lived for most of my entire life in Brunei Darussalam. So I work in a embassy or in a high commission in the legal division for 2 to 3 years in Brunei, and then I was appointed and moved to an international law firm in corporate commercial. And prior to meeting Riway and Purtier Placenta, I have various ailments. I have hyperthyroidism with 3 malignant tumors. I have a case of gallbladder complication with multiple cystic stone, and I have also, there were malignant, both benign and malignant tumors that were initially found on my left breast, about 8 of them. So I had several options. I could either go for surgical invasive surgery, or I could go for chemotherapy and radioactive treatment. I decided not to pursue any of those because I feel that they will be costly. That's one. Number 2, the damage to my system might be irreversible. Number 3, I might be dependent on certain medications or certain treatments, consecutive treatments for the rest of my life. So these are all quite difficult to bear in the long term. At 34, I have already been a single mother for the past 10 years. It's a bit hard to be sick or to be terminally sick at that because you're the only one the children are financially depending on, and of course you have big dreams for them, and the last thing that you want would be to die. So it was life and death for me to make sure that I survive this trial. Okay, I decided to opt for a more revolutionary treatment, which I heard was now available. It's called Purtier Placenta. It is manufactured in Auckland Laboratory in New Zealand. Although I heard the formulation were developed by a research and development company called Riway International. So I started on that treatment. It's for 6 months. I finished my dosage, 2 in the morning, 2 in the evening for the first month. I continued for the second to the 6th month, 1 in the morning, 1 in the evening. So overall, I finished about 7 bottles. On the end of that 6th month, I went for a mammograph and a biopsy for the tumor in my left breast, and the findings showed that the tumor were still there. There was no reduction, there was no disbursement. It was just stagnant, as if nothing happened. So initially, I thought Purtier was not as effective as I hoped. Pero I gave it the benefit of the doubt with the insistence of my husband, because my husband seemed to have a better recovery with his prostate complication. His PSA went down to 1.5, so his did not develop into a full-blown cancer. So my husband was hoping that I would have the same effect. So I continued for another 6 months, same treatment, 7 bottles of consumption in Purtier. All this while, there are no symptoms. In fact, it almost felt as if it was asymptomatic. I did not feel anything at all. There was no healing reaction, no uncomfortable feelings, nothing. So I finished the 1-year treatment, and then I went back to UERM. I had a mammogram. And this time, it really did show an extraordinary result. There was no single tumor found on my left breast. So I was cleared from any complications. That's one. Number 2, when they did a radioactive blue dye testing, they injected my thyroid with a blue dye to trace for tumor. They could not find any malignant tumors in there. Otherwise, it was cleared. So I was asked to do a blood test for hyperthyroidism. And all of my hormones, TSH, T3, T4, are all perfectly within normal range. So overall, I feel that the treatment has really been very, very good to me. And although it's a bit costly, but that would not compare to a lifetime of thyroid medication or a series of vaccination in breast cancer. As you're well aware, one vaccine shot of breast cancer is 85,000, and you have to do that 16 times. So if you were to compare it, live cell therapy seems to be a lot of a cheaper option and a safer one at that. So I am very, very thankful to Reway, and I'm very, very thankful that Purtier is here, and I hope many can benefit from it. So thank you.